All right, let's talk about something we all hope we never have to deal with. What actually happens when a disaster hits your home? It turns out the whole process for putting things back together is, well, it's often a complete mess. But there is a much, much better way. So let's dive in and untangle this thing.
Okay, picture this. It's a moment of pure panic, right? There's water everywhere, your home is at risk, and you make that all-important call to your insurance company. You're expecting help and fast, but what you usually get is a whole lot of complication.
And this is where things start to go sideways. The first part of the problem is that the current claims process isn't a straight line. It's not a clear path at all. It's more like a giant, confusing maze.
I mean, just look at how many handoffs there are. You call the insurer. They call a builder. The builder then has to go find other people, like a specialist, to deal with the water damage. Every single step means new people, new quotes, and more waiting for approvals. It's this tangled, slow-motion chain reaction, and it's happening at the one time when speed is absolutely everything.
This quote here just nails it, doesn't it? The system is fragmented. Communication is opaque, which is just a fancy word for you have no idea what's going on. And the standards are all over the place. What does that all add up to? You guessed it. Long, frustrating delays.
And all that fragmentation, that mess, leads us right here. Because these delays, they aren't just an inconvenience. No, they have a very real and very high cost for literally everyone involved. And this, right here, is the crucial thing to understand. Every single hour that goes by doesn't just drag the problem out, it actively makes it worse. A delay isn't a pause button, it's a create new problems button. The clock is ticking, and every second counts. It's a devastating domino effect. A slow response means you get secondary damage. We're talking nasty stuff like mold or even structural rot. That makes the final repair bill skyrocket. For you, the homeowner, it's a nightmare of stress and confusing timelines. And for the insurer, it's higher costs and a seriously damaged reputation.
So why does this happen? What's the root cause? Well, it pretty much boils down to this fundamental conflict. The old way puts a builder in charge, and builders are great at, building things. Their focus is the final rebuild, but a restorer's focus is on stopping the damage now, making the site safe. When you have the wrong expert leading the charge, the priorities are completely backwards.
So, if the problem is that the priorities are backwards, well, the solution is actually pretty simple, isn't it? You just flip it. And that's exactly what a restoration first pathway is all about.
So what does that actually mean? It's a model that completely flips the script. Instead of starting with a builder, the very first call sends out a specialist restorer. Their entire job, their only job, is to get on site fast, stop the damage in its tracks, and stabilize everything before bigger problems like mold can even think about starting.
And just look at the difference. Remember that tangled maze from before? This is a straight line. It's clear. A smart digital system figures out what's needed and instantly sends the closest qualified pro. They show up, make the site safe, and create one single report for the insurer so a decision can be made fast.
So how does this all work? It's really a combination of two key things, the right people and the right technology. You've got a network of certified pros who follow the strictest industry standards, and all that expertise is plugged into one unified digital platform. That means everyone, you, the restorer, the insurer, is looking at the exact same information. No more confusion.
Okay, so let's put these two models head to head. The difference is, well, it's pretty dramatic. It's night and day.
The contrast here is just stark. Response time goes from who knows when to right away. Technical standards go from a roll of the dice to best in class. But for me, the biggest game changer is communication. It goes from a total black hole to crystal clear. The bottom line, the whole thing is faster and the experience for the homeowner is 1,000 times better.
And when we say fast, what do we really mean? We mean that the complete report with all the photos, data, everything the insurer needs is delivered in less than 24 hours. That kind of speed is what stops a small leak from turning into a full-blown catastrophe.
But for the person going through this, maybe the most important number isn't 24, it's 1. One single point of contact, one clear plan to follow. Can you imagine the relief? Not being bounced around from person to person during one of the most stressful moments of your life? That's huge.
So where does this all leave us? Well, this isn't just about a small tweak in the process. This is a fundamental rethinking of how we should handle disaster recovery from the ground up.
The value here is just undeniable. For the insurance companies, it means lower costs because you're preventing all that expensive secondary damage. And for customers, it means getting your life back to normal way faster with a lot less heartache. It's a true win-win.
And that leaves us with one final thought. When something terrible happens to your home, you're not just rebuilding walls and floors. You're rebuilding your family's sense of security. So the ultimate question isn't just about efficiency. It's whether a clear, fast, and honest process can rebuild trust right at the moment when it's needed most. Thanks for joining us for this explainer.